Hey Queens, a very late Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, but I thought I would show you a little Christmas and Boxing Day haul for you guys. I'll start with the books that I got for Christmas. So first I got Pestilence by Laura Thalassa. This was off my mum and it's the first book in the Four Horsemen series. I don't really know much about what this series is apart from its dark romance, and each book follows one of the Four Horsemen, which is like death, war, famine and pestilence. I'm very excited to read this. I've heard quite a few good things. Next, also off my mum, I got Vampires Never Get Old, which is a vampire anthology with just lots of different vampire short stories. I think it was Kayla talk about this, or like this collection of short stories, because there's a mermaids one as well, and I can't remember if she actually said it was good or not, but I am in my vampire era. The last book that I got for Christmas was again off my mum, and it is Every Heart a Doorway by Seanan McGuire. This is the first book in the Wayward Children series, which I have been really excited to start for a while now. Meg, Kayla, and I'm pretty sure Katie as well, all highly recommend this series. So I am very excited to start it. From what I know, each book follows a different child, and it's either set in the real world or it's set in the portal world, like the world that child travels to. And like there's this home for the people that travel through these doors. But yeah. Okay, so that is everything that I got for Christmas, and then on Boxing Day I woke up super early to go to the Waterstones Boxing Day sale, and I was a little bit disappointed because I was expecting it to be the 50% off hardbacks that they've done every year, because in the past I have got the massive Marvel like special editions that are like normally 40 quid, and I was hoping to get the Avengers one this year, and then it wasn't the 50% off all hardbacks. I did still get some good deals. So the first book I have is The Christmas Guest by Peter Swanson. This was £5 instead of 10, and I hadn't actually heard anything about this, I don't think, when I bought it. I was just like, oh, I've heard of Peter Swanson, quite a polarising author, to be fair, but it's a Christmassy thriller novella. I'll give it a go. It's only £5, and I've actually already read this and I gave it 4 stars. I really enjoyed the plot twist. I found it quite a slow start, but once it got into it I really enjoyed it, and like I said, the plot twist was something I personally really enjoyed, and I would recommend this, but I see why some people don't like the plot twist, but it's just one of those things you're gonna have to read it to find out, because if I try to explain the type of plot twist to be like, if you don't like this type of plot twist, you won't like this book, it would just be a spoiler, so sorry about that. But it's only like 124 pages. It's not like you're making a massive commitment to a really long book knowing there's a chance you won't like it. Next book I got is Vengeance of the Pirate Queen by Tricia Levenseller. This is the 3rd book in the Daughter of the Pirate King, is that what it's called? Yeah, Daughter of the Pirate King series, and I don't own the other 2 books, nor have I read them, but this is signed, half price, sprayed edges, and I am interested in the series, so I thought, why not? It was $8.49 instead of $16.99. So yeah, I don't really know anything about obviously this book, but the series as a whole, to be fair, I just know it's like pirates and a lot of people enjoy it. Next book I got is The Serpent and the Wings of Night by Carissa Broadbent. Again, this was half price, so it was £11 instead of 22, and this is the first book in the Crowns of Nyxia series, and I have heard so many good things. I swear I've heard that like it's kind of Hunger Games-y. Yeah, it literally in the description. The Hunger Games meets vampires in this heart-wrenching epic fantasy romance of dark magic and bloodthirsty intrigue. Sign me up. The next book that I got wasn't actually half price, but I saw this and I literally got so excited. I picked it up straight away because this is the Waterstones special edition of Upon a Frosted Star by M.A. Kuzniar. So this is like Great Gatsby meets Swan Lake, and I've got another book by this author, which is, I think it's a Nutcracker retelling. I was actually talking to my housemate about this book because she has it, and she was describing it, and it sounded amazing. And I looked up the Waterstone special edition because I wanted these beautiful, beautiful stenciled edges, and it was sold out. And I was like, no, I'm not going to be able to get it. And then I saw it, and I was like, I don't care that it's not in the sale. I'm picking this up right now. And it was the only copy that was special edition, so it was meant to be. The last book that I bought in person in Waterstones, again, was not in the 50% off sale. However, I have been wanting to get this book for a while, and that is the special edition of Circe by Madeline Miller. I have like this edition of Song of Achilles, so I wanted them to match. I've been umming and ahhing for ages on whether to get it or not, and obviously I'd just gotten Christmas money. This was all bought with Christmas money. So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to get it. I do really enjoy Greek mythology, Greek retellings. So I am quite excited to read this, especially because I've just been doing a reread of Percy Jackson, and I have just finished Sea of Monsters. If you don't know, in it, that like Circe is one of the people that the gang encounter, and so I've just been reminded of what, like, vaguely what Circe's story is. So I might get to this actually quite sooner than I expected. After I left Waterstones, I went straight online and ordered the other books that I had been looking at that they didn't have in stock because I had been scouting on the website before I went. So I ordered 3 more books online. The first is The Making of Another Major Motion Picture Masterpiece by Tom Hanks. This is just about making movies, and it is a fiction novel. It's not a biography or anything. It spans 80 years, but it's written by Tom Hanks, so he knows the business. I am studying musical theatre and acting film at uni. Acting is what I want to pursue as a career, and so anything that is set in Hollywood, in the performing arts, really, like, that's like a buzzword for me. Next, I picked up Rouge by Mona Awad. This is actually the first Mona Awad I own, even though I'm interested in all her books. And I have heard really mixed things about this, but the plot just really intrigues me. This follows a girl who is obsessed with beauty and skincare and all that kind of stuff, and her mother mysteriously dies, and at the funeral this woman shows up and sort of says she has like information on her mother or something like that, and plays her this video about this spa that is the spa that her mum was devoted to, and it's kind of culty, and that's all I know, but it sounds very intriguing. The last book that I ordered from Waterstones is 0 Days by Ruth Ware. Again, quite a controversial author, quite a controversial book. I've heard lots of mixed things about this book, but the plot really does intrigue me. It's about this woman who, her and her husband are hired to like infiltrate like cybersecurity systems to like test how secure they actually are, and then her husband dies, and I think she's a person of interest or something along those lines. And for $8.49 instead of $16.99, I was like, why not? I might as well pick it up, and if I don't like it, it's not the end of the world because I didn't buy it full price. I do have one more place that I bought some books from, technically not part of Boxing Day sales, but I did buy it on Boxing Day, and so it counts. And that is from The Works. So there was a couple of the box sets that I really wanted, so I did place an order on Boxing Day. The first set I got is this Shatter Me set, so it's the 3 sort of novellas, and then the 6th book in the series. I have the rest of the Shatter Me series, so this just completes the set. No, I have not started the series yet, but now when I do start, I can just read straight through it. I don't have to wait until I get the next book. The next set I got was the Folk of Air trilogy by Holly Black. I do already own Cruel Prince, but this was one of those situations where this set was £15, and so if you ignore the Cruel Prince, that works at £7.50 for the other 2 books, which is already cheaper than if I bought them separately. And then I now have 2 copies of the Cruel Prince, so I can sell this copy that is brand new and make a little bit money back, so that works out even cheaper. So girl maths, it was a good decision. And the last set that I ordered was the Ella Mace set, which includes To Love Jason Thorne and Hate Adam Connor, which are part of a duology, and then the rest of her books, which is The Hardest Fall, Charlie Love and Cliches, and Marriage for One. I actually don't know what most of these are about, but I've heard so much about To Love Jason Thorne and The Hardest Fall. I can't remember which of these I have read the synopsises of, but the ones that I have read do sound interesting. To Love Jason Thorne is about Olive and Jason is a film star. Olive has always known him as her brother's childhood friend, but then the book that she writes becomes really popular and the rights for the film are bought and he ends up starring in it. Hate Adam Connor is again another actor, but this is a sort of enemies to lovers, next door neighbour, single dad. Lucy notices something, like, you know, being a bit of a stalker neighbour, like notices something and intervenes, and whatever it is, he calls the cops on her, but he does know. It says, after that night they're sworn enemies, even though Adam knows he actually owes Lucy a lot and she can't pretend she doesn't still find the hot dad act quite appealing. The Hardest Fall is the other one that I hear a lot of people talking about, and I've seen on a lot of my friends' like social medias. This follows Zoe and Dylan, and Zoe is quite shy, and so to sort of break her out of her shell, her friend dares her to kiss a random man, and she follows Dylan into what she thinks is a classroom, but isn't. I'm assuming it's like a locker room or something, because it says that she sees a lot more of him than she bargained for, and then she sort of panics and thinks like, I can't kiss him now, and then she finds out he has a girlfriend, so even more, can't do it. And then when he finds out about the dare, they make a pact and decide that if they ever cross paths again and they're both single, then they will kiss. And 2 years later, they find themselves as roommates. Charlie, Love and Cliches follows Charlie and William, and Charlie works at her dad's company and she goes above and beyond for everything, but her dad still favours her sister and decides to hire a new manager. That new manager is Charlie's ex, who she hasn't been able to stop thinking about. Finally, Marriage for One follows Rose and Jack. Rose has just lost her uncle, and in his will it says that his building will go to Rose's husband, not her. But she isn't married, and she wanted to open a cafe in the building. Then Jack, who is her uncle's lawyer, suggests that she marry him. He'll get the building and she'll get to open her cafe. So, marriage of convenience. We all love that. I love a fake dating, fake relationship, marriage of convenience type story. I'm very excited for all of these actually going through and reading the synopsis of all of those books. I'm excited for all of them. But that is it for this video. That is the 23 books that I have bought or received across Christmas and Boxing Day. I hope you enjoyed. If there's any videos you would like to see from me, please suggest them down below, and see you next time. Bye.